Top 10 Best Episodes of Friends TV Serial. This legendary sitcom started way back in September 1994 and has been a rage ever since. It has catered to the humor of people across generations and continents. It had a successful run of 10 seasons over the span of 10 years and saw various life events and change in fate and lives of the characters. Ross starred by David Schwimmer, Chandler by Matthew Perry, Joey by LeBlanc, Phoebe by Lisa Kudrow, Rachel by Jennifer Anniston and Monica by Courtney Cox, were friends both on screen and off-screen. Written by brilliant people David Crane and Marta Kauffman, later added on by other writers, this sitcom is a staple for TV serials watchers. I am always surprised to see how there is a stark similarity between Friends and all other sitcoms present today. All episodes supplement to our daily dose of sarcasm and sometimes even the way we make decisions in our lives as if we were those characters. If you are ever feeling sad about anything or just want to pep up your mood, turn them on your sets and you are good to go. Even though with their genius storyline and impeccable acting in each episode, it was quite an impossible feat to choose these top 10 best episodes of Friends TV serial. Number 10. The one with the football S03E09. It's Thanksgiving and the friends decide to play an American football game in the park, after watching pros on TV. However, Geller parents forbade Ross and Monica to play each other due to their rivalry for the Vicious Cup. The game turns spiteful and competitive as they try to win the game against the other sex. It's Thanksgiving, so everyone is dining Monica's festive meal. After watching pros on TV, they decide to have a friendly American football game in the park, despite the fact the Geller parents forbade Ross and Monica to play each other ever again after years of vicious rivalry for the Geller Cup. Rachel and Phoebe prove worse than worthless. Joey and Chandler are totally absorbed by Marta, a Dutch girl who stays watching and get competitive about her. Now the teams start playing to win. Then the Geller rivalry takes over. Monica even makes it boys-girls, and every dirty trick is tried. Number 9. The one where it all began S01E01. This doesn't need any introduction. This pilot episode of the Friends season sums up the whole spirit of Friends. The scene where Rachel runs into the coffee house wearing a wedding dress explaining that she left her fiancé at the altar and she had no one else to go to. That is where it all began and is definitely the best episode of all the seasons. Later that night, Monica, Ross and Rachel watch TV. Monica goes to bed, stamping on Paul's watch on her way. Ross tells Rachel that when they were teenagers, he had a major crush on her, and she reveals that she knew. A surprised Ross states that he believed that she had always thought of him as Monica's geeky older brother and nothing more, which Rachel did. Ross takes the opportunity to ask her if it would be okay for him to eventually ask her out, and Rachel tells him that that would be okay. She leaves the room, and Ross tells Monica that he has grabbed a spoon. During the closing credits, it is revealed that Rachel has gotten herself a job at Central Perk. When the gang ask her if she has made the coffee, she tells them that she is just serving it so they feel safe to drink it. Number 8. The one with all the Thanksgiving flashbacks S05E08. All the friends get together over the Thanksgiving dinner, recalling the worst Thanksgiving dinners and who can win the sob story king. They recall the hardest times of the year and the times they had to face them and end up being together all the time. Number 7. The one where Ross is fine S10E02. Ross is unable to accept about Rachel and Joey's relationship and tries hard to deal with it or at least pretend to. He tries to be the better person and make sincere even though unnecessary efforts to tell them that he is fine with them being together. He invites Rachel and Joey for dinner along with his current girlfriend Charlie. Ross quickly gets drunk and embarrasses himself. Joey stays behind to take care of Ross, while Rachel and Charlie leave. In the morning, Joey and Ross talk and Ross assures them that he will be fine. Chandler and Monica visit Phoebe's friends who have adopted a son and Chandler ends up blurting it out to the child that he is adopted. Fran Jr. visits Phoebe with his triplets and tells Phoebe how troubled he is with them, yet he is unable to give up any of them. Number 6. The one with the Embryos S04E12. Joey and Chandler happen to correctly identify the exact contents in Rachel's shopping bag. Monica decides to have trivia contest to prove who knows more about whom, the men or the women. They place a real-time bet on the outcome and eventually end up trading up the apartment at high stakes. Ross plays host to the game and puts together some questions. Meanwhile, Phoebe has agreed to be the surrogate mother for her brother Frank, who has an older wife who happens to be Frank's teacher, but is also concerned that she is taking a chance where the success rate is only 25%. The trivia result ends up in the girls losing the apartment because they don't know Chandler's job. As the four packs their respective apartment with utter displeasure for the women, Phoebe announces that she is pregnant and they instantly turn into a mood of celebration. Number 5. The one with the Prom Video S02E14, Monica is unemployed and finds herself in a tight monetary situation. Ross gets her to agree that she could borrow money from their parents. Even though she completely resents the idea, she has no option left. Chandler gets gifted a hideous-looking friendship band by Joey, which he complains about to Phoebe and Joey overhears. Chandler eventually ends up buying 2 of these and both Joey and Chandler wear it around, putting off girls around them. Ross continues to pine after Rachel, who Phoebe insists is his lobster, but Rachel is not interested. However, when they all sit to watch the old home video of Prom, the feelings of Ross is shown and Rachel can't help but kiss him at the end. Number 4. The one where no one is ready S03E02. Ross is giving a speech at the museum's benefit and he is trying to get everyone ready on time. Alas, everyone has their own priorities which keep building up around mundane works, much to his impatience and anxiousness. Joey and Chandler childishly fight over the armchair, which just flares up into another level of competition when Chandler steals Joey's underwear and Joey wears all his shirts. Monica keeps obsessing about an answering machine message she left on Richard's phone, which is probably ancient, but it gets worse as she keeps using his code. Rachel takes forever to choose a dress, musing over the fact, if the dress looks like something a paleontologist's girlfriend would wear. Number 3. The one where everybody finds out S05E14, the 14th episode of the 5th season is a life-turning event in this series. It's hilarious how they try to have fun pulling each other's leg, and every time Phoebe comes onto Chandler, you would burst laughing. In this episode, the ugly naked guy is moving and Ross tries to get the new apartment so that they could all live close by. As they all look by the apartment, Phoebe finds out about Monica and Chandler, as they see them making out from the window. Joey is grateful that everyone finally knows and that keeping the secret was killing him. But Rachel and Phoebe decide to have some fun with these two. While they try to mess with them, Monica understands that they know too and now she wants to mess with them too. So Chandler also pretends like he is attracted to Phoebe. On realizing that Monica and Chandler are messing with them too, they decide to carry on with the game and see who comes into whom first, as in Phoebe or Chandler, but neither of them does and Chandler shouts out loud his love for Monica. Now everyone except Ross knows officially. Ross meanwhile is bonding with the ugly naked guy over muffins. When Ross moves in, he sees Monica and Chandler through the window. Number 2. The one with Chandler in a Box S04E08. Joey is still pissed with Chandler for breaking the bro code with his ex Kathy and is not able to forgive him. Even though Thanksgiving nears, he declines to talk to Chandler along with Ross and Rachel. Monica is perturbed that no one is helping her as Thanksgiving comes along and also gets ice in her eyes. However, Monica doesn't want to go to her ophthalmologist, who happens to be her ex Richard. Finally she ends up visiting Richard's on call, his son Timothy. They hit it off and she invites him over for Thanksgiving. Joey tells Ross that he heard him talk, even though he had sentenced him to silent imprisonment. Joey decides to leave the apartment and Chandler is willing to do anything to have him back. Joey decided to lock him in a large wooden box to prove his friendship and repentance. Monica kisses Timothy and feels incestuous. Number 1. The one where Eddie won't go S02E19. This gets you cracked up every time you see Chandler and Eddie trying to meaningfully negotiate with each other. Chandler simply loses it when Eddie starts to freak him out by sneaking in his bedroom to watch him sleep. Usually accommodating Chandler tries to make Eddie leave the apartment but he just wouldn't go. Rachel, Monica and Phoebe read this book called Be Your Windkeeper, a poetical hardcore feminist bestseller which starts a heated up discussion between them. They argue about goddesses and empowered women. Joey loses the apartment on account of losing his job. He auditions for a measly part under Ross's guidance to do anything for material security. Later on, Ross regrets and ransoms porcelain dog for Joey to make up for it. Chandler solves both his and Joey's problem by moving in with Joey.